I love it when someone in that small percentile goes, I got a problem with God. We're not close. I don't know where my relationship is at, because at least then I know I don't have to try to convince this person that they got a problem in themselves. Because as soon as someone comes in and goes, me and God are like this, but I have marriage problems, I have problems with my kids, I have problems on my job, I have problems with my coworkers, I have problems with this person. I mean, and I'm not exaggerating, guys. I have a lot of people who've come in going, oh, I've got problems with all kinds of, pretty much everybody in my life but God. And it's like, man, there's one common denominator in there that I think you might be missing out. There's one person who's good with you. The one who you can't see his reaction. He's the one you think you're good with. Tell me, why do you think your relationship's okay? Oh, 'cause. And I'm not trying to mock here. What I'm trying to say is this is what we do as humans. We go, I'm good with God because, one, I can't see him be mad at me. He doesn't say anything. But then, let's put it this way. We read his word and we go, I don't like that. It makes me feel bad. And then we go, oh, it's not God. It's the preacher, or it's the verses, or it's the translation, or it's the radio guy, or it's someone pointing out that verse. But it's not the verse. Even though it's coming across as so judgmental and harsh, do you think maybe that's the Spirit of God going, I'm not happy with you?
Okay, so I went on Craigslist and seen a guy. He's decided to use these plastic pallets for his rooftop deck on his van or van bus. I don't remember which one it was, but I found 3 different types or 3 different styles of plastic pallet. This is the one that I chose to go with for mine because if you look at it, you see how much void space there is. So that's gonna make it lighter. And what I did before I started cutting is I took my square and I stuck it in one of these holes here like that and measured so that I could get the thickness. Then I took and put it up here and scribed the line. Scribed the line all the way across. So then when I cut it, I can cut it straight and have it the same thickness from here to there, because these are not the same here. And so then it would make it easier to cut. If I cut on that line, then I'd have a straight line across here and down through there like that. If you can see that line that I cut there. That one got off a little bit, but you get the idea. And then I got this style here. This one has a little bit more weight to it because, as you see, the holes are different. And so that was another one that I found. And then the third style that I found is this one. And I didn't want to use these because they're pretty solid, and that's the heaviest one out of the 3. So I decided I wouldn't use these for the deck at all. But I chose the one that has the least material, the lightest weight for my deck. So it's up to you what you want to use if you decide to go this way. Still working on it. I just started cutting the pallets down to thin them, and we'll see what happens from here. And there we are. Yeah, I got everything but the middle. Got it pretty straight. Cut them off pretty straight there. After I cut it to the width that I need, then I'll trim those off the middle, because I don't want to bend my blade up trying to cut those off. But they're too wide for what I need, and so after I trim it, down to the size that I need, then I'll cut those off. Yeah. Okay, so here we are, getting ready to weld in all my cross supports on the rooftop deck here. About to start welding the rooftop, the supports in. Got them all cut, just got to weld them in now, and then I can put the floor back on and anchor the floor down. Yeah. Okay, so check this out, like right here where the end of it is here, I put the floor piece in and I use the ratchet strap to pull this as tight as I can get it against the frame, and it's pulled tight down here at this end too. See there? And so when I weld it, I'm going to tack weld it. I'm going to go ahead and weld it up here. So then I could take the floor piece back out and finish welding the whole thing all the way across there. But I want it as tight as I can get it, the metal that I'm welding, as tight as I can get it up against this plastic frame, so that when I put it all together, I don't have it being too small and having to trim pieces off of down here in order to make it fit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm using the ratchet strap and pulling it as tight as I can get it before I weld it in place. Alright, so there is my underskeleton all welded together, ready for the floor to go back in. Yep. Woohoo. Yeah. Ready for the floor. Yes. I gotta say, it feels so much better, so much more sturdy walking down the middle, the edges, with that. The way I did the floor now, I like it a lot better. I feel a lot more confident walking on it than I did that first time when I did it. Before I put the cross members and I put those center supports in, it feels a lot better now. I like it a lot better now. Yeah. So now I just got to put those in that are going to hold it down on the ends here, and bolt it together, and then put those in, drill the holes for the bolts to go through, because I'm going to sandwich it on both the ends right there, so I'll have one on each going each direction, and then also there. And then I actually haven't quite decided what I'm going to do there, because I'm not exactly sure that that's going to hold it like I want it to, but I'll figure that out. But yeah, this is I'm liking it. I'm really liking this. I can't wait to put it on. Can't wait to put it on the van. But it's not ready for that yet. That's what I was talking about, those. So I got those in now, and they fit really tight. Hold everything down nice and firm. And now I just got to figure out how I'm going to make this end work. I was planning on wrapping this around so it covers that. Then I'm going to weld another little piece on here to cover that, to cap it. But there's a little bit of a gap here that I got to deal with, because I definitely want it to touch it and hold it down. I don't want it just sitting there. So that's where I'm at now. Maybe I'll put it in like this and then bolt it and bolt through there, hold it down. And then I got to do the same thing up there on that end. Yep, getting it together.